I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day, stop at Starbucks by 5 a.m. At this Starbucks, everyone already knows me there, the barista. And then what I do when it gets busy is that the person behind me, always going to buy them coffee once a week. Okay. And then if they say yes to that, they have no reason not to answer all of my questions because they need to pretend that they're a very nice person. They need to pretend. They need to force themselves to talk to me because they accepted my coffee. Now we're going to chit chat for 5 minutes. Isn't it a free coffee worth of 5 minutes interaction or conversation?
Welcome to the Raquel Show. This show is for entrepreneurs who want to play bigger in business and in life. And as many of you guys know, I love bringing people who love to play bigger on the show. And today I have a very special guest who I actually met a few years ago during my expansion days of flying all over the country. We reconnected on social when he joined the brokerage and moved to the area that I actually grew up in. And believe it or not, we have a lot of mutual friends. One thing I love about this guy is his ability to move across the US into different markets, build a presence, and cultivate relationships like no other. I joke that he is the king of branding. And I think there are people out there that say they're relationship driven, but when it actually comes down to it, you can see the fakeness, and the guys that, are truly the best at it is this guy that you're about to listen to because he makes people feel special without an alternative motive. And he's probably one of the most connected people on the planet that I know. And I can't wait to dive into branding, relationships, and being a go-giver. So welcome to the show, Joseph Magsaysay.
Thank you so much. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor and pleasure and such a blessing as well to be part of your show. Finally,
we've gotten on the
yes.
books, and as you can tell, his energy is fire. So listen up, people, whether you guys are listening to this in the car or you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to get right into it. Joseph, you've recently moved into a new market where you didn't have any business, didn't really know people. Walk me through how you were able to build such a strong presence in a new market.
First of all, I'm originally from the Philippines. I've only lived here in America for 16 years, and 15 something years were all in Missouri. Okay, so back in 2007, I never imagined coming to America, never imagined being a realtor. And when my ex-wife said, she woke up one day and said, you know what, I want to experience my American dream. I want to come to America. And I was madly in love with her. I said, you know what, let's go to America. I'll support you. And from the Philippines straight to Missouri, right? So for me, I'm from Manila. It's like the New York of the Philippines. And if I was able to survive a very small town in Missouri, moving from St. Louis to the Bay Area is just a million times easier just because I already learned the culture of America back in the Midwest in Missouri. And in the Bay Area, there's a ton of Filipinos, a lot of Asians. So I felt at home. So the transition is not really that hard compared to the Philippines to Missouri.
So then how are you able to build the presence so quickly in the Bay Area? You've only been there for 7 months and everybody
For
knows
7
you.
months. Yes, because so people who know me, they know that I'm the foodie realtor. So I'm entering my 10th year in the business. This is my 10-year anniversary being a realtor. And I've never cooked a single meal, never ate at home ever since I got my license in 2014. And the reason why I did that is my ex-wife was the first person who told me that I was going to fail in this business. She said, you're the only Asian and Filipino realtor here in town, and no one's going to use you. So as soon as I got my license, I went home and I told her I'm going to make the supreme sacrifice. I'm not going to eat at home for the first 6 months. And then she asked me why, because I told her no one's going to buy a home from me here in this house. So every single day I went to the exact same Starbucks, diners, and restaurants, and I applied the exact same strategy here in San Francisco, here in the Bay Area, and there's a lot of Michelin guy restaurants I love to eat. But I make it a point that every time I enter the restaurant, a new restaurant, especially my first time, I make it a point, I'm always very intentional, that I meet the general manager first, and then I meet the owner second. Okay, the GM needs to be my best friend, because she or he would be the key to introduce me to the owners, or vice versa.
Okay.
And they have something to provide. It's not, hey, I want to be friends with you. I said, no, you know what? I really think that your restaurant's so amazing. I would love to have one of my closing celebrations over here, because me dealing with luxury clients, I don't give them a tangible thing. I give them experiences. Okay, so just imagine that. You're a manager, you're an owner. Won't you appreciate the fact that you brought one of your VIP clients to their restaurants and they have not been to that restaurant before? So now we have several people meeting for the first time. So that's the true definition of business to business referrals or relationship there. So that's what I do every day, every single day.
So I absolutely love that. And for those that are listening, probably are getting in their head going, what do you actually say? Do you actually call the restaurant and say, hey, can I meet the general manager? Do they reject you? I know what these agents and what these entrepreneurs are thinking.
Mm-hmm. So a friend of mine said, Joseph, every time you enter a restaurant, because I love to dress up, I love fashion. So sometimes I don't even have to say hi. I just smile. Okay. And then the general manager or the host will just be super nice to me. And then that sets the tone, the positive energy entering the restaurant. And then the positive energy greeting me, giving me a warm welcome, that speaks for itself already. And then we're just going to have a little chit chat. Is it your first time here? It's my first time here. I can't believe it's my first time here. I'm just going to sit at the bar. And then I'll just order my drink, and then we'll have a little chit chat. And then I'm going to say, I really love your restaurant. Who owns this place? How long has this been in the business? And then because of that, if I'm talking to a general manager, if I'm talking to a server, to a bartender, I will also talk to the person beside me. Hey, by the way, are you a regular here? How often do you come here? How's your day doing? And then, of course, if they say, I'm doing a great day, I'm having a great day, if they are nice people, 99.9% they're nice, they will ask me the exact same question. How about you? How's your day going? Oh my God, I have 20 appointments today and I can't wait to have a drink. Also, what do you do? I'm a realtor. So is that pushy, Raquel? It's not pushy, right? It's not me pushing that, hey, by the way, do you know anyone who wants to buy a house? No, it organically leads to that topic.
And I think one thing to note here is your energy, right? And the way you come across to the owners, to the bartender, to the people around you. Do you take the same strategy into other parts of not just restaurants, but other areas in your life or in business? Like open
100%.
houses. I don't know if you do open houses. Do you take the same concept?
I do take the exact
or
same
stores,
concept.
I would say.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll never forget when I was with my former brokerage where we met, when I was building my team, one of my favorite people to attract are people who worked at Neiman Marcus, at Nordstrom, because they have the best customer service. They offer excellent customer experience. So when I enter these establishments, whether it's a restaurant or shopping centers or boutique, I'm always nice with them. And we talk about, especially if it's about fashion, I already know what I want. And we're going to talk about this certain brand of shoes. And same thing with restaurants, because I'm a foodie. For example, I go to an upscale Chinese restaurant. Okay, what's your special dim sum here? It's my first time here. What do you have to offer that other Chinese restaurants doesn't have to offer? So it's the same approach, because I believe in, number one, transparency and authenticity and consistency.
Right. So you do this every day. It's been 7
every
months
day
since you've been in the Bay Area. How many restaurants do you think you've been in or connected with so many different people?
A lot. Let me start with this. When I was brand spanking new here in Walnut Creek, there's this coffee shop. Okay, it's beautiful. It's called Tellus Coffee. And the owner met me, and her first question is, "You're not from here. Where are you from?" And then I said, "I want you to guess." She said, LA. I said, no. New York. I said, no. She said, and then she said, Miami. I said, no, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. How the hell did you, how did you end up here? She was like, how did you end up here? And I said, you know what? I fell in love with Walnut Creek. I fell in love with the Bay Area. Would you allow me to shoot a video for you? And minding you, I didn't know anybody here yet who shoots videos, right? And then when she said yes, I said, oh my God, okay, I'm going to do an amazing video for this one. I'm going to feature you. And then I looked for paparazzis. So I went to the other restaurant. I went to the bar. I went to the hippest restaurant in Walnut Creek where the servers are in their 20s. And then I became friends with one of the server. And then I told her, Anna, I need paparazzis. And she's Brazilian. So what do you mean paparazzis? And I said, okay, I want someone to follow me around and just shoot a video of me using their cell phone. Because these influencers, they only use their phones and they do great reels. And then I finally found someone, and now we've been doing business together. I've shot a ton of videos with my paparazzis. So they followed me around. So I made a video for this coffee shop. It went viral, and Chamber of Commerce followed me. Several influencers followed me in the Bay Area. And then I don't want to say that I have outgrown Walnut Creek, but I already visited all the restaurants. And that's the time then I started going to San Francisco because it's only 30 minutes away. So that has been my life in the last 7 months, every single day.
Thank you so much for sharing. I know people are probably getting a kick out of this. I've heard this story because we've obviously connected. And I know that you are meeting so many different people. And like you said, you just outgrew Walnut Creek. And how do you continue to stay in touch when you're meeting so many different people, right? You have so many different relationships. Do you have a system in process or any strategic things that you do to foster those connections or those relationships so that they continue to remember you?
I do. And this is very unorthodox because for me, I don't know, I have my own system. I'm just a different kind of animal. So I'm always very purposeful and intentional. I set my boundaries that every time I meet with, for example, another business owner or friends or a new realtor for the first time, I need to make sure that our maximum time together was 40 minutes. Okay. If the first 10 minutes I am not feeling it, I'm going to cut it because I do not prolong the agony. I do not have the desire to have a relationship with someone when the energies are so different. Okay. Because I only want to attract people who have the same vibe as mine. Because look, Raquel, because of my energy, I could be really too much for other people. And they say, Joseph, you're just too much. I said, no, you're just not enough. That's just the bottom line. If you really find me too much, then that's not my problem because I will always be loud, proud, and brown. I have a very thick skin. And I have always been this way ever since I got my real estate license, ever since I was licensed. And that's why when people ask me, so Joseph, who's your competition in real estate? I said, it's Chick-fil-A, FedEx, and Apple. It's not even other realtors because my focus is excellent customer service and excellent customer experience, which other realtors forgot about because they're all about the volume and number of transactions. And when I meet these, for example, I love her to death. My new friend, she's a realtor in San Francisco, and she just joined Real Broker as well. Her name is Milana Ostroy, right? First time we met, she's like my female version. I said, what is going on here? And now we're very good friends. And we met at a coffee shop the other day. I was there first. And lo and behold, here comes the owner of the coffee shop. And she saw me, he's like, ooh, look at your fit. Her name's Yolanda. And she's adorable. And then she asked me, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm waiting for my business partner. You will love my business partner. And then she shows up. Yolanda was like, Milana. They already knew each other. Because Milana is also the exact same way when it comes to building relationships. Mm-hmm. She is so personable. I can't wait for you to meet her. She's amazing.
I cannot wait to meet her either. And as I'm listening to you, one of the things that I see in the industry or even with entrepreneurs in general is they have a hard time meeting people sometimes or networking. Where do you think agents today make the mistake when it comes to meeting people or networking?
It's the motive, right? Because they're always thinking of dollar signs. They're always thinking of money. I never thought about money. I will never forget this conversation with a former team leader with my former brokerage. I said, Joseph, are you in the business of making money or are you in the business of making friends? And then I said, you know what? I'm in the business of building relationships because if you do things the right way, money will come. If you
Mhm.
do things the right way, friends will come. So if money is your number one goal every single day that you wake up, then maybe for others it worked, but it doesn't work for me because that's not my motivation. Because for me, wealth for me is my network, my friends, the people surrounding me. Because I don't care about your money, but I care about your influence.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. So
So
what tips do you have for people out there that are listening right now when it comes to networking? How could they be successful at it?
just be yourself.
Mhm.
Just be very authentic. So for example, when happy hour or chamber events, when I was doing the business, okay, and I'm so embarrassed to admit this. I need to give out like freaking 1,000 business cards. That was my goal. I was brand spanking new 1,000 business cards. And I said, wow, that didn't look good. It looked so bad. I'm attending an event to give away business cards, and I'm not even sure if these people will keep my business cards. You know, when you attend an event, make sure it only takes one, just like an open house, right? It only takes one connection for every one event of 100 people or more. That's already a win, as long as you have that genuine connection with someone. Okay, if you're able to schedule a coffee meeting or happy hour whenever you attend a networking event, that's already a win. Because and then your next goal would be make that coffee or happy hour or cocktail meeting a successful one, because you will always be remembered for that very first meeting. I met this guy at a networking event. He was amazing. I loved his energy. And then when we had cocktails, he's just so fun.
Mhm.
He shared me his story, and then now he's trying to help me out in my business because I always ask them, so how can I help you? That's my very first question. How can I help you? And then they say, no, how can I help you? No, 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 you don't understand me. Okay, you may tell me that I'm a go-getter, but I'm not. I'm a go-giver. Allow me to help you first. And then if you think that I'm worthy receiving your business in return, then I'll be ready for you.
Yeah. Where did that term go giver come from? I read it in your bio and I think you're absolutely spot on.
So since I'm not born here, I wasn't born here. And when I started in the business, my colleagues in my very first real estate company, they asked me first, Joseph, have you been watching the Buffini class? I said, no, I don't even know. Who's this? Who's the buffoon? Who's this Buffini guy? Because I really didn't know. I had no idea. And then two of them said, Joseph, you are basically doing the exact same thing what he's saying. I said, and what is that? Be the mayor of the town. I said, the day I was born, I was already the mayor of the household. That's just me, right? And then the go-giver thing, another friend of mine said, Joseph, have you read the book Go Giver? I said, no. Okay, where is this coming from? And I didn't know Brian Buffini. I had no idea about the book Go Giver. And also, I had no idea about the book Never Eat Alone. So, for some reason, I'm very blessed that I've been doing things the right way in real estate. Because for me, real estate is not a home business. Okay, again, whatever I'm experiencing in life right now, whatever blessings that I have, it's gravy on top.
Mhm.
Because I've never dreamt of being a realtor. And
Mhm.
when I became a realtor, I told myself, you know what? I'm going to be different. I'm not going to sell the house. I'm selling a lifestyle.
And I absolutely love that. So if you've been in the business for a long time, if you were to start all over, what are three things that you would do to get now business today in this climate?
I will never forget this. In my old brokerage, my very first brokerage, there's this sweet woman and said, Joseph, I want to see you succeed. You need to listen to me, do whatever I tell you, and you're going to succeed. I said, okay, I'm ready. What am I going to do today? Do floor duty for freaking 4 hours. The moment I answered the phone call, yellow, do you know the address of the house? When you turn right, you turn left. And then I got sick and tired of it. I said, no, I don't even know where this house is, right? So I said, floor duty, answering phone calls from the office does not work. Do not work. Okay, for me, it's, you need to go out there. If I were to do it again, instead of meeting 20 new people every day, I was going to double that. I need to double that. 40 new people every day. And now you're going to ask me, Joseph, that's impossible. It's very possible. 20 people is not enough for me. I can easily meet 50 people every single day if I want to, really, if I'm going to make it a priority. So I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day, stop at Starbucks by 5 a.m. At the Starbucks, everyone already knows me there, the barista. And then what I do when it gets busy is that the person behind me, I'm always going to buy them coffee once a week. Okay. And then if they say yes to that, they have no reason not to answer all of my questions because they need to pretend that they're a very nice person. They need to pretend. They need to force themselves to talk to me because they accepted my coffee. Now we're going to chit chat for 5 minutes. Isn't it a free coffee worth of 5 minute interaction or conversation? Absolutely. Right. And then now the manager is, oh my God, here's Joseph again, talking to someone new. And then now at Starbucks, it's on Duncan and Main. That's the address in Walnut Creek. Whenever I enter, they would yell, the best realtor in town is here. Because I trained them.
Love it.
it's because I trained them backwards. Because I always tell the manager, this is the best coffee shop in town, the best Starbucks branch in town. And then in return, okay, you know what? When I say that, you need to say that I'm the best realtor in town. Is that okay? Okay, this is like a song. And then now it's programmed, right? Whenever I enter, the best realtor in town, then look. And then it's conversation starter.
This is so fire because your energy is so fire. And I could just see the whole Starbucks right now. And here you are giving all these people plugs. And one of the things that I love about you is you just always think in abundance. And I love surrounding myself with people that think in abundance. And one of the things that you did recently is you partnered with Global Red, right? A luxury
Yes.
network at Real. And I'm a big believer in partnering with people to go further and faster. And most entrepreneurs or even agents don't do that because they see, oh, they're taking, it's not my name, or there might be some ego or for some other reasons. Why do you think in today's world and climate and where you're at, and you're an established business, why should people partner and why do you think it's important?
Yes, it is. It is very important because no one succeeds alone. Okay, so first time I met with Kofi was in Las Vegas, Inman Connect Las Vegas. I was very blessed to be one of the ambassadors for Inman Connect. And I always considered that to be the Oscars and Super Bowl of all real estate conferences. And when Kofi speaks, everyone listens. He has that charisma and energy and command of the entire room. And when I saw his track record, I said, wow, this is an amazing guy. I would love to partner with Kofi. And when I was in Missouri, I've always dreamt of representing celebrities and athletes in real estate, but it was impossible in Missouri. But now here in California, they're all over. There's a lot of athletes, a lot of professional sports athletes in the state of California. So, you know, partnering with someone who already has a proven track record is very helpful and impactful because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's not about me. Okay, it's about my clients. Okay, your clients really don't care who you're partners with. What they care about is that you're able to deliver what they need. You're able to deliver what they want. You're able to impact their lives for them to be successful as well. Mm-hmm. So it was an easy decision to partner with Kofi, and having Steve Jobs. Apple wouldn't be Apple if Steve Jobs never had Tim Cook. Mm-hmm. Because there is, oh my God, one of my favorite books, Rocket Fuel. Because no one succeeds alone, and there will always be a visionary and an integrator. So someone needs to translate the vision and execute that vision to be successful.
So true. And so now you are partnered with Global Red and you are
Global Red,
growing, right? The Bay Area. I think
the
that's
Bay
your
Area.
division. And
Yes.
so, what advice would you give to agents that are thinking or looking into partnerships or thinking about joining a team or thinking about joining forces with somebody like you? What should they be considering?
Yeah. What they need to consider first is they need to have this philosophy and mentality that splits and caps only matters in the absence of value. Because with the economy right now, with the market right now, there's a lot of real estate companies out there who are just charging per transaction. So you need to know where the value is. Is it really about the branding? Again, there's a million ways to skin a cat. So
Mm.
what's your priority as an agent? What is your brand? Are you all about the lifestyle? Now, if you're all about the lifestyle, you need to align with a company or a team who has that strength, who has that persona, who has that brand. So it's all about knowing what you really want because you don't want to be lost. And you don't want to be also the jack of all trades, master of none. Because I do believe in having a specialty, being a specialist, because I believe that there's riches and niches.
So true. What's one thing you wish you would have learned sooner in your career?
Ooh, one thing that I wish that I would have learned sooner was that real estate outside of government politics is the most political industry because, hey, there's 1.5 million realtors out there. Okay, maybe 1.4 right now, but let's just say it's safe to say a million of them, they're all about competition, and 400,000 of us are all about collaboration. Just imagine if all of these 1.4, 1.5 million realtors are all about collaboration, no matter what brand you're with, no jealousy, no personal agenda. Would it be amazing for all of these clients that we have that it's going to be so harmonious? So that's just, I just realized, I just learned it the hard way that it's just so political. Because me, my business style is so different, especially when I
Mhm.
started in a small town. I had a huge target on my back. Who's this guy from the Philippines? So I hosted a customer appreciation party my first week in the business. And then other realtor said, wow, why is he hosting a customer appreciation? He hasn't sold anything yet. And I said, wow, I'm so disappointed in you all because you don't know the difference between a client and a customer. I never called it a client appreciation, but everyone in my eyes is my customer.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
good.
yeah,
I absolutely love it. So what's next for you, Joseph? What are you most excited about that you're working on?
you know what? I just want to tell you that I appreciate you big time. I'm one of your number one fans. I know you have a lot of number one fans, and I'm one of your biggest advocate. If it's in the if the universe aligns with what I want, because eventually I want to be a coach as well in real estate. So I think that that's the next big thing for me because I love firing myself. I fired myself 10 times in Missouri, and I can't wait to fire myself 5 times here in the Bay Area. And then I'm ready to be a coach because I would love to give back. There are a lot of new agents out there who are lost. There are a lot of agents out there who think that real estate is easy money. No, 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 no. It's not easy money. You think just the number of DMs that I receive every single day. Oh, look at you. You're big time. I would like to get my license because I want to be like you. I said, no, you're on the wrong business. You're not, you don't need to get your license because you want to be like me. No, you want to get your license because you want to impact lives. You want to get your license because you want to improve your life, but do it not thinking that real estate is easy money because it's not.
Yeah. We are definitely always looking for talent and we are always looking for coaches. And if you love this fire episode, just wait and stay tuned. So, where can people connect with you? Because obviously you said DMs. I'm sure
Yes.
people want to connect with you.
Yes, I am on obviously Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, just my name, Joseph Magsaysay, Magsaysay. And then on Instagram, the dot real Joseph.Magsaysay for Instagram.
And we will also put that in the show notes. And as we wrap up this fire episode, there's always one question that I ask every single guest on the show is, what does Joseph do to play bigger in business or in life?
Be myself. Be Joseph Magsaysay every single day he wakes up in the morning, because that sets the tone.
Mic drop. I want to say thank you so much for being on our show today. I appreciate you. I love cheering you on. I love seeing you play bigger every single day. And I cannot wait to see what the future holds.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Have a great day.